Thank you very much for taking the time to join us and to make this part of your growth journey. You know, when you talk about the word success, it really is an interesting word because it's not just one thing. Success is a puzzle that has so many different parts to it. And some of the parts that are taught just over and over and over again. I mean, if you go to any training program on success, there's going to be some common themes that are part of it. The theme like motivation, which is energy. And for any journey to go forward, it has to have energy as one of the moving parts. You can't go to a success program without someone talking about time management. And we know that time is critical. And the essence of time management in success is control. If you can't control your time, then you get stuck. And when you get stuck, you're not moving. Go to a success seminar, and they're also going to talk about organization, which is simply paying attention to the details. You and I know that if we don't pay attention to details, they then turn around and bite us because we go into a world of disorganization, and details have to be done to keep us moving. Also, if you go to a success program, they're going to talk about focus. And focus is about mental sight. And you got to be clear on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're going to do it. Because if you don't have a strong focus, you find yourself scattered, which then doesn't allow you to understand priorities, which is where you're going to put your energy. If you go to a success program, they're going to talk to you about training. And training is all about improving. And we know that if you're not continually improving, you get trapped in your circle of sameness. And then if you go to any success seminar, they're going to come back and they're going to talk to you about the word that we want to put in front of us today. The word goals. Now, when you look at all of these, you look at motivation, you look at time management, you look at organization, you look at focus, you look at priorities, you look at training, and then you look at this word goals. This becomes, in my way of thinking, the most important of the words. Why? Because if you don't have direction, you can't sustain motivation. If you don't have a direction, you don't know what to do with your time. The same is true with organization, focus, priority, and training. So the purpose of goals is to create a sense of direction for you. And that's why when I was thinking about what I wanted to achieve for us today, I wanted to talk to you about turning your goals into gold. Now, this is a program designed to examine, explore, understand the purpose of writing goals and the power they can bring to your life. You see, I know this as well as you do. Life provides you with everything you need to be successful. Now, I believe that. The key is to align what is right for your life with what you're willing to do to bring success to your life. Life doesn't limit you. Your behavior does. So when you think about success, you got to think about all these moving parts. But each of them need one thing. They need direction. And when you think about goals, when I think about goals, I think about the concept of direction. So let's define a few words for ourselves, okay? Life, the time you have on this earth to breathe. Now, we talk about this over and over again. Life is not forever. It has an expiration date. Every day you wake up is a day of beginning anew. It's life. And life becomes important as you look around you and you understand and you see and you commit to what you want to achieve with that thing called life. And every day, what you do with that day creates the life that you're going to have. So life is the time you have on this earth to breathe. Then there's goals. The mental sketch pad you create with words. Because if you try to keep goals in your head, you can't keep them there. There's too much going on in your head for you to be able to always be able to focus on your goals. And this is why when people teach about goals and goal setting, they teach about the need to write it out. So when you write out the goals, what are you doing? You're creating a mental sketch pad with words. And that mental sketch pad is going to be what your mind focuses on as it contemplates and designs your life going forward. And then there's gold. The nuggets of wisdom you implement into your life that will create clarity and take you forward to the stream of success that flows around your life. Folks, I believe there's opportunities for success in every single day of your life. I believe every day of your life, there are nuggets of wisdom that are presented to you for you to learn. And it's these nuggets of wisdom that you gather and you put together that create the clarity and take you forward. Now, this is one of the reasons that I created the Morning Minute. So that every morning as you start your day, you have this little nugget, this little thought to put in front of you. And then underneath that little thought, there's just some wisdom to put with it. Because if you don't start your day with a defined direction, your day is going to be out of sync. And so at the end of the day, what's going to happen? You're going to be frustrated or disappointed with what you didn't achieve. So the word gold is so important because it's nuggets of wisdom that every day are presented you that you can implement, bring into your life, add them to your life. That will create the clarity that keeps you going forward without getting caught up in confusion and take you forward to the stream of success. Because success flows in and around your life. And sometimes you're in the stream, sometimes you're standing outside the stream, trying to figure out, how do I use this? That's where goals become important, because they're that sketch pad. They give you a definition, they give you words, they give you understanding to help you move forward. And then success. The feelings are the feeling that you're in a better space today than you were yesterday. When you look at your life, you stand outside and you look at your life with the eyes of honesty. Are you better today than you were last month? Are you better today than you were last week? Are you better today than you were yesterday? You see, this again is part of that puzzle. I got to continue to bring to my life the clarity of direction that keeps me moving forward. And that's one of the reasons it's so important for you to write your goals, because it's something for you to focus on. Now, you don't want to write them and just put them away. You want to write them and keep them in a visible place so that every day as you walk into your day, you have a purpose for that day. Because what the goal is, it's what your mind can focus on. It's that sketch pad. And when you have that sketch pad, then you can be awakened to what's going on around your life. And you can understand, here, this event is brought to me. Now, is this something I should pause and pay attention to because it's going to move me forward? Or is this something that's a distraction that's going to take me away? Every single day of your life, when that day ends, you should feel that you're now in a better space than you were when that day began. And if you do that, then you're part of that stream of success that is flowing around your life. And then limits, restrictions. You place on yourself because you lack the beliefs, the trust, and the faith you have in yourself. Life doesn't limit you. Life provides you with opportunities. You limit yourself when you don't have that strong foundation of beliefs in you, where you trust yourself, where you have the faith that you can. And the power of goals is not just writing words, but it's writing things that you say, I believe I can achieve this. I trust this is within my talent limit. And I have the faith that I can do that. And when you have these three things, the belief, the trust, and the faith in yourself, aligned in what you're doing with your life, you have the continual power to go forward. Now, look at your life. Can doubt weaken beliefs? Can worry weaken trust? Can uncertainty weaken faith? And I'm going to tell you, I truly, truly believe this. Every day, you're either guided by the beliefs, the trust, and the faith you have in yourself, or you're guided by your doubts, your worry, and your uncertainty. And whichever one of those three is guiding your life creates the strength that you have to bring to that day. And this is why your mind needs that sketch pad. Your mind needs to understand, here is what I want to achieve with my life. And when I write the goals out, I'm not writing words, I'm creating direction. And that direction becomes the mental sight plan that you bring to your life, and then you implement behaviors. Life doesn't limit you. Your behavior does. Behaviors can create the restrictions that keep you from becoming successful. So, you can write all the goals you want. I know people that write tons of goals. But if you don't attach the right behavior to the words, they remain words on a page that cause conflict and confusion in your life. Think about this. How much of the conflict that you deal with in your life is because you don't have a clear direction? How much of the confusion you deal with is because you don't know how to make that decision that's going to keep you going forward? And every time you deal with confusion or conflict, understand something. You've taken your eyes off of what you want to achieve with your life. Your goals have gone back, or still are, just words on a page. And words on a page cannot bring you power. When they have their own life, when you breathe life into them with your behavior, that's when your goals come alive. So, why don't we write goals? What's the purpose? Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't have a clear understanding of purpose, you don't understand the reason you need these. You don't understand the process of implementing them into your success journey. So we need to understand the purpose of writing goals. First, it gives your mind thoughts to play with. Your mind is like just a giant fun room. And your mind likes adventure. Your mind likes taking things that you believe in and you trust yourself about and you have the faith in. Your mind likes taking those things and create possibilities. And within those possibilities, you search for the opportunity. When your mind stops playing with thoughts, you're trapped in sameness. Purpose. It opens you to possibilities. I think every day of your life, there are possibilities around your life. Sometimes we're just moving so fast or we're so busy, we don't take the time to pause and look at the possibility that's in front of us. And I believe that every day there are possibilities. I believe that in some possibilities, there are the opportunities you've been searching for. But if I don't slow down, if I don't pause, if I don't understand the reason and the purpose to look at these possibilities, I can miss the opportunities. And you see, as you write these goals, as you breathe life into these goals, it's the breathing of the life into the goals that create the possibilities. But if my goals are simply words on a page that every now and then I look at, don't feel I'm doing anything with, or I look at them and they're frustrating me, I'm not going to take the time to look at the possibilities. Writing goals is to position your mind to see the possibilities and explore whether there's an opportunity there or not. Allows you to think forward. You see, writing goals is not about today, but yet it is about today. But writing goals is all about what I want to move toward, what I want to achieve. But in order to do that, I can't just see the goal as something that's out there. I got to see it as a part of today. And as I use the goal that I've written as a part of my today, what does it do to our mind? It allows our mind to think forward. Why? Because your mind is looking for the possibilities. And if it finds the opportunity in the possibility, then it has a thought. It has a process. It starts thinking about how you're going to achieve this. It lets your imagination play. You know what? You got to have time to play in your head. You've got to have time to turn your imagination loose. Because when your mind is free and your mind is seeing the possibilities and finding the opportunities, then your mind gets excited about we can use this to move our life forward. But if you don't understand the purpose, if you don't turn your mind loose, if goals are simply words on a page and not something you're actually working on, you're missing the power that goes with it. And then the purpose of goals, it's a starting point. Hey, if I'm going to have motivation, if I'm going to be time efficient, if I'm going to be organized, if I'm going to be focused, if I understand priorities, if I understand the need for training. All of these are great needs to keep you moving forward, but they're stuck if they don't have a starting point. And that starting point is you creating the pathway. That pathway is writing goals, not writing words, but writing something that you believe you can achieve, something you trust in yourself, something you have the faith in. And then when you have that starting point, then all of a sudden that sketch pad comes alive within your life. So here's a nugget. Goals are not something you write because you feel you have to. See, here's one of the great struggles that I've seen. Most people write goals because someone else has told them they need goals. You ever had somebody come to you and ask you, well, what's your goal? And you think, and you really can't come up with one. Or you work in a company where they want you to write goals. And they want the goals to be able to see what you're going to do. But if I write the goals because of what they want to see, they want me to do, and it doesn't have my commitment, then it doesn't have strength. So what do they become? They simply become words on a page that I write because someone tells me I need to have them. They don't have my personal connection to them. Goals are not something you write because you feel you have to. They're the front door to allowing your mind to start the creative process. Why? Because they create direction for you. And when you have that clear direction, I'm going to tell you something, there's motivation in that. There's the understanding of the importance of time. You know the need to be organized. You understand the power in being focused and having priorities. And you understand I got to continue to learn in order to sharpen my clarity so that I can find the opportunities and the possibilities that are going to be brought to my life. Goals are not something you write because you feel you have to. They're the front door. They're the direction to allowing your mind to start the creative process. Now, with everything in life, there's right and wrong, correct? So what's the wrong reasons to write goals? And you need to understand this, because if what you're doing is for the wrong reason, then you're not only putting limitations on yourself, you're shutting down your mind's creative process, and you're creating confusion between your emotions and your mind. So the wrong reasons to write goals. It gives yourself another excuse. I've seen people use their goals as an excuse. Well, I've written this, but the timing's not right. I've written this, but not everything is in place for me to be able to achieve that. And if you're going to put words on a page and then find the reason you can't, they're going to stay words on a page, but they're also going to be filled with frustration. Wrong reason. Others' opinions create what you write. You should never write a goal because someone said you could do it. Why? Because that's their opinions, not your commitment. And if you're not committed to what you write on the page, you're never going to work to achieve it. So if I live because someone else said I could, then it's not me. It's them bringing their script to my life, and I become an actor in their play. So it's not my play, it's theirs. That's going to weaken you. Another form of procrastination. I write my goals because someone says I need to, I have to have them. I write them. I don't understand the purpose of them. I don't know what to do with them. I'm frustrated with them. So what am I going to do? I'm going to think that was good, and I'll get to these later. So many people who write goals for a new year, they write it because they've been taught they have to have them, not because they're committed to doing it. And if you're not committed to doing it, I'm going to tell you something, and you know this, you're going to procrastinate with them. The wrong reason. It lets you feel you're going to do something. Hey, I have these goals, and you know what? I'm going to make this my format for the year. This is what I'm going to work on. But what happens? They're words on a page, and because they don't have my commitment, I don't breathe life into them. I let them lay there, and every time that I look at them, they frustrate me, and if I'm frustrated, I get mentally lazy, I get mentally weaker and emotionally lazier. The wrong reason. Someone said you have to have them. And I'm going to tell you something, I think that that's the biggest reason that most people write goals. Is because someone said, if you're going to be successful, you got to have goals. So I sit there and I think about it and I write them. And all of my goals are about what I'm going to do. All of my goals are about future success. So if that's what I have, then they will become an excuse. They will become someone else's projection for my life. I will procrastinate with them. But I've got them, so I will feel like I'm going to do something with them. Does this make sense to you? You ever played this game with yourself? You ever written goals and then gone through this? This is the wrong reason for you to write goals. So, what's the right reason? It gives your mind a direction. You ever had a time in your life when you were stuck? I mean, you wanted to do something, but you were stuck. What is being stuck? It's your mind without a direction to work with. Because if your mind does not have a direction, then your mind is sort of just caught up in what has been. The purpose of your mind is to keep you preparing to move forward. So I write my goals. I believe in them. I trust in them. I have faith in them. So what do? I breathe life into them through my behavior, and my mind takes that and begins to create a pathway that will take me forward. The right reason opens your creative side. Everybody's creative. I have people who tell me, I'm not creative. Yes, you are. Everybody has a creative side. But to use that creative side, you've got to have that belief, that trust, and that faith in yourself. So when I write my goals, I believe in my goals. I can do this. I trust it's within my talent range. And I have the faith that I'm going to be able to accomplish this. And when you have those three things, your mind becomes very creative. But I'm going to tell you, when you live with doubt, worry, and uncertainty, you don't have creativeness. The right reason to write a goal is to open up your creative side. Aligns your mind and your emotions. You need your mind and your emotions working together. And trust brings a positive set of emotions. Belief brings a positive set of emotions. Faith brings a positive set of emotions. And when my emotions are positive and my mind is creative, look out, world, because there's no stopping you. Lessons can flow from the achievement of goals. Because when I have those written goals that I have breathed life into, and they're allowing me to take steps forward, I'm going to be given lessons. And as I take those lessons and I implement them into my behavior, it keeps the calmness and the clarity and the confidence flowing through my life. And when those three C's are pushing you, lessons are something you learn. You need to see and implement. The right reason? You see them as a point of focus. They're more than words on a page that I put on a page that are just dead words. But they're the process for me going forward. They're the starting point for my direction. They're the energy I need to be focused on. Because as I focus on going forward, then what I've written as words on a page come alive. And as they come alive, they bring that energy to me. And that energy keeps pushing me to look at the possibilities, find the opportunities, believe and trust and have faith in myself, and move my life forward. Because dead words on a page are just dead words. Here's another nugget. You'll always have a direction for your life. The key is, what direction are your decisions taking your life? Do you understand that if you procrastinate, that's a direction? Do you understand if you lack motivation, that's a choice you've made? If you're not efficient with your time, then your direction is to stay where you are. If you procrastinate, you'll always have a direction for your life. But the question is the direction for my life building my success, or is it holding me hostage? Is the direction for my life filled with positive energy that's supported by behavior, or is it negative energy that's keeping me in the same place? The key is really, what direction is your life being taken? So when we make these decisions, please remember, every decision, all decisions you make are about certain things, don'ts and do's. Okay? This is what you don't do. This is what you do. Every decision has don'ts and do's wrapped up in them. Excuses are truth. Do I excuse away what I need to do and make the wrong decision, or do I understand the truth and what I want for my life and make the right decision? Confusion or clarity? Do I sit and stare at what I've written? Or do I understand what I've written and breathe positive life into my goals? And with that clarity, move forward. Leaning on or learning from. Sometimes we can lean on a decision. It's like it's a form of procrastination. It's the world of good intentions. It's having that reason why this is not a good time. Or I can make that decision and I can understand that that decision is going to take me forward. I'm going to be open to that world of possibilities. I'm going to find those opportunities. And every day I'm going to strengthen my life because I'm learning from what my life is being presented. All decisions are about a sense of right or wrong. Folks, you know whether a decision is wrong or right for your life. And don't try to tell yourself that you don't. Some people will tell you, well, you know what? I didn't mean to do that. Yes, you did. If you hadn't meant to do it, you wouldn't have done it. And every decision that you make either traps you or frees you. And when you're trapped, the decisions you're making are wrong. When you're free, the decisions for your life are right. Inconsistency or consistency. See, if I write my goals and I breathe life into them today, but tomorrow I smother them, I've taken away whatever yesterday brought me as a positive learning experience. Consistency is every day building off of the lessons that you learned yesterday. All decisions, obstacles or opportunities. If I see what's in front of me, and I'm going to tell you, if I don't have that belief, that trust, and that faith, then I can't see beyond what I see as a roadblock. But if I have that belief, that trust, that faith, then I see what's in front of me as the adventure that I need to step into in order to continue to challenge my life and take me forward. Never or now. That's what decisions are about. I know I need to do this, but I'm not going to do it. I know what I need to do, and now is going to be the doorway that I'm going to use to step forward. Sense of negative or positive. And folks, I really believe that the decisions you make for your life, you know when you're being negative. You know when you're working against yourself. You know that what you do is not what you should be doing. But all decisions can be positive. And the difference is this decision providing me with strength? Is this decision providing me with calmness and clarity and confidence? Because the stronger I am as an individual, the more success I will see as I take my life forward. And I really do believe that success is about every day putting one foot in front of the other. I think that defeat is every day putting one foot behind the other. Your life, because it is your life. Your life is really about the decisions you make. Every event your life is handed is simply a test for you to take. Now let's take that word test and look at it. What will life's test do? Take your life to a point of decision. Every test. Examine the belief, the trust, and the faith you have in you. Every test. State the real agenda you have for your life. Every test. Touch your future. Can you see the power in that? Every decision is a test. It's a test to whether you're the person you want to be and acting on that, or the person you talk about being, but never take the positive steps you need to take. Now, what will cause you to miss the lessons the test brings to your life? The fears you have. I think fear is such a big subject that in our April webinar, we're going to talk about understanding and controlling fears. I think the number one emotional hurdle you have in your life is fear. And if fear controls you, you can miss the lessons. Excuses you use. And do you understand that every time you use an excuse, you change the direction of your life? What can cause you? Staying in yesterday. If I stay in yesterday, I stay there because I don't want to get out of there. You may say you do, but your behavior can't lie. And when you miss the lessons, so many times it's because you are committed to staying where you've been. Talk about what you want, but not having the behavior to take you away from yesterday through learning the lessons of yesterday. Talking about but not acting on. This is huge. I meet so many people that want to talk to me about what they're going to do with their life. But I ask them, how are you going to achieve this? What's your plan? What is it you're going to bring to your life that will allow you to act on this, to breathe life into the goals you have in your life? What is it? And most of the time, they can't answer the question. So, I want to talk to you about learning how to find the goals can bring to your life. Because I think goals can be very powerful if you understand their purpose. The purpose of a goal is to create a direction for your mind. And your mind can take that direction and creatively start using it to show you the possibilities that are presented to your life. And in those possibilities, because there's not going to be an opportunity in every one of them, but in those possibilities, find the opportunity that is there at this moment in your life to breathe life into you and to create the energy to go forward with your life. You see, if you write a goal and it doesn't take you forward, it's not a goal. It's simply words on a piece of paper. Goals are a powerful tool in your success journey when you breathe life into them with the right behavior. Goals are a beginning place, not the end result. The end result of writing goals is achievement. The end result of writing goals is achievement. Goals are the canvas you must paint with the right behavior in order to find the gold mine. So, 4 steps. 4 steps designed to turn your goals into gold. Now, you understand that in anything that I present to you in the form of a process is not magic. It's a process. It's part of the canvas. It's part of you designing your life to see the possibilities, find the opportunities, create the picture, the clarity to continue to move your life forward. Because every time you put one foot in front of the other, that is success. And no, not every step is going to be wow, but it takes the little steps to create the big successes. Because those little steps are little successes that build your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself. So, 4 steps. Number one, make sure your goals are your goals and you are committed to them before you start. This is so critical, folks. And this has to be the starting point, because this is where you breathe life into what you write. For many, and maybe for you, what they do with their life is directed by somebody else. You ever seen parents do this to children? You ever seen an employer do this to an employee? You ever seen a manager do it to a salesperson? Hey, this is what you're capable of doing. Yeah, you think I'm capable of doing it, but what if it's not me? What if this is not something I believe in? And you want me to write a goal, and I write it, and I do it because you tell me to do it, but it doesn't have my belief, so I don't trust I can do it, and I don't have the faith to try. For many, what they do with their life is directed by somebody else. When your life is not defined by you, whatever it is you are doing will not have your commitment, your focus, or your discipline to achieve. Your life must be your life. So when this happens, what power does it bring to your life? Start with the foundation of desire. You're hungry. You want more. And these are not just going to be words you write on a paper. This is going to be what you want to achieve with your life. And you're going to breathe life into it. There's a purpose for you to build on. Because when you write this goal, there's a purpose that you want for your life. And you free your mind to paint on that canvas and to take you forward. Energy is created. I'm going to tell you something. Anything that has your commitment has energy to it. The plan is being created for your success. Why? Because this is not something I'm going to do for somebody else. This is something I'm going to do with my life because I'm committed to this, and I have the belief, the trust, and the faith that I can do this. And yeah, I'm going to be tested. Yeah, there may be changes in the terrain, but I believe that this is what I need to do with my life. So this becomes my journey, not a trip I'm making because someone else told me to pack and go. Number two, invest in understanding why you want to do this. What do you really want for your life? Why do you really want it? Huh? What price are you willing to pay to have it? Are you willing to adapt your life to make sure that you can go forward and achieve whatever is the success that's wrapped up in this journey? If you're writing a goal because you really don't know why you're writing it, you're starting out with confusion. That's not a statement, that's a truth. For anything to have purpose, there must be a clear understanding of why you want this, what you're willing to do to achieve it, and a commitment from you that says, I will. Not I could, I should, I'll try, I will. Because when it has the I will, it has your commitment. When you do this, what's the power? What does it bring to your life? Set your stage as foundation with honesty. This is not something I'm just going to write. I have thought about this. I want more for my life. And for me to have that more, I need to be able to plan my future. I write my goals. I believe in them. I trust in them. I have faith in them. I breathe life into them with my behavior. And I've set the foundation for my life to go forward. There's determination from you. You see, you can't have commitment without determination. Determination is that inner strength that allows you to commit yourself. And that determination feeds off of your desire to have more for your life. Engage is thought, not just a reaction. When this is yours, when you're doing what you want to do with your life, and when you're committed, and you bring the power of your presence, the power of your talent, the power of your commitment, all of a sudden your mind begins to take over and creatively show you the pathway, creatively allows you to see the possibilities and slow down and look at the possibilities and find the opportunity. That's powerful. Preparation is done with a committed purpose. I'm not going to guess whether this is what I don't want to do with my life. I'm not going to sit around and talk about, well, I might want to do this. When you understand the why, you're preparing yourself. And you're preparing yourself with purpose. Purpose is the reason I do what I do. Number 3, now is your starting point. Not tomorrow, not next week, not some date in the future. Now is your starting point. So many write goals, and once they've written, they pause. You've done this. They look at what they've written and feel their goals are in place. Now, the truth is, they are still simply words on a page until you have figured out how to breathe life into them. Please, 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 please look at this last statement. Dead words. What are dead words? Words that are written on a page that you haven't breathed life into with positive behavior. Dead words feed a confused spirit. Man, don't you forget that. So now is your starting point. What power does it bring to your life? It states through behavior your belief in you, not through the words that you've written, but through the implementation of those words. That implementation you do through behavior, the power. Today, not tomorrow, becomes the starting line. I'm not going to sit here and stare at what I've written. I believe in what I've written. I have trust in my ability to do this, and I have the faith that this is the right direction for my life. So I'm going to take what I've written, and I'm going to use today to invest my time, to invest my energy, to invest my mind into it. And I'm going to start today, not procrastinate. Excuses lose power. Hey, when now is your place, and that's what you're standing in, what you're looking at, what you're using, excuses lose their power. Preparation creates creativity, which brings clarity. The more time you waste, the more positive energy it sucks out of you. The more you procrastinate, the more you waste, abuse, or just spend your time. But when those goals, when those words have life breathed into them, and they have the power of your commitment, your preparation turns into creativity. Creativity brings clarity. And then step number 4, discipline must become your strength. Look at that first sentence. Discipline is the key to consistency. Do you understand that? The pathway forward is never easy. It's going to challenge you. There are times it's going to want to make you stop. And yes, it will test your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself. Discipline is the result of your commitment to finding the more for your life. And I'm going to tell you, it's okay to pause. All of us need to pause sometimes. All of us need a time so we can catch our breath, so that we can continue to breathe with creativity. It's okay to stop. It's okay to pause, reflect, and reposition yourself. But it's not okay to stop. It's not, because when you stop, you give up. And why? Because your belief is replaced with doubt. Your trust is replaced with worry. Your faith is replaced with uncertainty. And when you stop, everything you have brought that's improvement to this point in your life, you lose. It's okay to pause. It's okay to reflect. It's okay to reposition yourself, but it's not okay to stop. When you stop before you had completed, you weaken your internal strength. And folks, it's always going to come back to haunt you. So, what power does this discipline bring to your life? Staying the course creates strength. Yeah, the terrain may change, but I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. And I'm committing myself to handle the test of life. And I understand that every challenge, every test is there to make me stronger. Terrain management fortifies personal belief. You know what? Are you going to have moments of doubt? Yeah. I mean, doubt is a constant part of living. But when you are disciplined in your belief, your trust, and your faith, when that is the foundation of your life and you have this desire, this determination, this discipline, and all of a sudden the terrain changes, and sometimes without your permission. Do you think that could be a test of your commitment to what you're doing? Do you think it might be there to ask you to slow down, to pause, to look at what is, and maybe you need to adapt a little bit, but it doesn't give you permission to stop? The terrain management is critical to you continuing to breathe and have the foundation that continues to challenge you to go forward. External takes second place to your internal trust. You know what? I'm going to doubt, but I'm going to deal with it because I believe. You know what? I'm going to worry. There's going to be times of worry, but you know what? I trust in me. And yes, there's going to be times of uncertainty. But if I have the faith this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, then as these things come at me from an external position, internally, I am strong enough to face them, understand them, and use them for growth. Discipline, pausing to breathe recharges your spirit. You got to breathe, folks. What happens if you hold your breath too long? I think maybe you die. What happens if you don't pause to recharge? What happens if you don't pause to examine? What happens if you don't take the time to pause to see if I need to reposition myself? I'm going to get lost. And I'm going to give doubt, worry, and uncertainty an open door that I promise you they'll come racing in. But if I got that discipline, if I know that my life is going to be challenged, if I know there's going to be uncertainty, if I understand that the terrain will not remain the same, and I am disciplined because I believe in me, I trust in me, I have faith in me. So I'm going to pause for a few moments, and I'm going to recapture my spirit. And I'm going to continue to look forward, not look backwards. because I believe, I have the trust, and I have the faith in this is what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. You see, this is what goals are about. They're about positioning your life with positive direction. They're about you looking at you and really being serious and being honest about what you want for your life and bringing to your life what you need, you need to do, and being disciplined enough because of your belief, your trust, and your faith in yourself to continue to move forward. And every step you take forward is a step toward the success that awaits your life. Now, let me share one more thing with you, and then we're going to have one more thought. Some of you, all of you, should have been getting information on an exceptional leadership opportunity that I am planning. I've wanted to do this for 10 years. I have wanted to create this environment that is a deep level of learning and understanding by being positioned around other people who have walked the path that you've walked, who have gone through the doubts, the worry, and the uncertainty that you go through. We all go through it, and sometimes we think we're the only ones that go through it, but we're not. So what if you could be in a learning experience where you could sit around a table with 20 people and you could share? You could learn. You could bring experiences forward. What happens if you were in an exclusive environment where you could learn how to strengthen your skill as a leader? Let me tell you something. We misuse that word leader because we put it into a box. Leader is not a box. You are a leader in every aspect of your life. And the value you bring to others is created by the strength of your leadership. And you got to understand, I am a leader. I've got to bring leadership by leading. And so this is why I've created this, the 5 Faces of Exceptional Leadership Retreat. It's an invitation to you, because all of you are entrepreneurs in your own way. It's an invitation for 20 of you to join me, to step up and take their life and the leadership of their life and take it to the next dimension. So, May 15 through 19, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Why Santa Fe? It's one of the 2 most mystical cities I've ever been to in my life. It is there. It's a center. It's a city of positive energy. If you look around Santa Fe, it's filled with creative people, artists, authors, professionals. And we come to Santa Fe because we're not going to drain, we're going to create energy because of the energy that's there. And together, the 20 of us are going to learn what it means to be exceptional. Because that's not a word we use very much today. So my invitation to you is to join me, May 15 through 19, at Santa Fe, New Mexico, for the 5 Faces of Exceptional Leadership. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, the investment is $3,995. You think, whoa, but that includes your hotel, it includes your breakfast, it includes your dinner, and includes so many other parts. So if it's a cost, it's a wrong place for you. If it's an investment, then you understand, I need to be a leader by understanding what that means. So my invitation is for you to join me. You can go to the website, richardflint.com, and there's a little pop-up. You click on that, it'll give you every bit of information you need. But if you want to strengthen you as a leader in all areas of your life, then you'll join me. So, our last gold nugget. Remember the statement. Remember this, if you watch Cowboys movies or things on TV, you know it. There's gold in them there hills. Well, folks, let me tell you. There is gold awaiting your life. It is always in front of you, but not always visible from where you're standing. You have to believe in yourself, trust in your ability, and have faith in your talents, and demonstrate the confidence that states, I will consistently challenge my life and constantly search for and implement what it will take for me to find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I know that pot contains the success I will gain from my journey. I will not be a hostage to my fear, but a pioneer driven by my belief, my trust, and my faith in myself. Make sense to you? Goals have no meaning if they're simply words on a page. They're just dead words. But when you breathe life into them, they take your life, give it clear direction, and help you to move forward. Are there going to be challenges? Absolutely. Life is always filled with challenges. But you understand this, and don't you miss this. This year in your life is going to be whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be. I talked with a gentleman yesterday who was making my morning minute phone calls. And he told me about 3 happenings in his life just in the past 4 months that could have just taken his life and put it in shambles. But you know what? He took it. He looked at each one of them. He found the possibilities that were being presented to him, and he picked out the opportunities. And yeah, would he have wished his life would never go through this? Yes. But he understands life is going to test our commitment to who we are, what we want for our life, and the price we're willing to pay. You can turn your goals into gold if you understand the purpose of why you need them in your life. You'll get information very soon on our date for our April webinar on fear. And I hope you'll understand the importance of this. If you can't control fear, you can't grow. It's the number 1 emotion that you struggle with in your life. Okay? Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you taking the time. And I'd like to know what you thought about this. Would you drop me an email to richard@richardflint.com? Let me know your takeaway. Or if it created a question that wasn't answered, send me the question. I will personally respond to you. Until we see each other in this format in April, take care of yourself. Be honest with yourself. Know what you want to really achieve with your life, and don't look backwards, but put 1 foot in front of the others. I'll see you at our webinar in April.